Common questions I get is like places to go, how to know to find a good location, what you need to get started, things like that. Just basically the basics. A true hunter is a conservationist. We're smart about what we hunt, and we hunt certain things for certain reasons. We don't just go out and just shoot stuff and leave it lay. Hunting is understanding what you're hunting, why you're hunting it, and you have a purpose behind everything you harvest. So this is kind of all my hunting stuff. I have the safe unlocked already, so I would say if you probably start with smaller game, birds, or a deer. A rifle deer tag is a really good hunt to start on, because with rifle deer, you're not committed to kill like a giant animal. Mostly just getting out there's the biggest thing, getting out there, having the experience. I was raised doing mostly bird hunting. We had a dog that we trained for hunting, and we did a lot of pheasant, duck hunting, and mostly smaller game when I was younger. Nowadays, I like anything that I have to call in, that I have to use a call and basically convince them that I'm something I'm not. So if you elk hunt in the rut, you'll hear that a lot. That's the noise that the bulls make when they're trying to locate each other or locate cows. Hunter's ed, you have to do it to be able to hunt for your whole life, basically. You only have to do it one time, and you can do it online nowadays. You can do pretty much all of it online. Some states require you to go do a shooting test, and that's just to show that you know what you're doing with a firearm, because we don't want somebody going out there and getting hurt or accidentally shooting themselves while they're hunting or something like that. It really differs from state to state, but it's pretty much safety and also survival based. Hunter-ed.com, you can go on there, and then on their main page you find the state that you are living in. You have to apply for Hunter's Ed through the state you reside in. So wherever your residence is, that's where you have to take the test through. You can get a gun for around $300 from Walmart with a scope on it, which would get you started. You can buy used archery equipment, which I've always done. All the bows I've ever bought, I've bought from used people. I've never bought one from an actual store. So that helps price. But that's what I would recommend. Anybody that's starting, just get used stuff. If you look around, if you do your research, you can get things that have warranties. You can get scopes that have warranties, rangefinders, binoculars. You can get things that are warranted to where it doesn't really matter if it's used or not, and it will save you a ton of money. So cost-wise, I would say to start, you're looking at probably $500 to $1,000 depending on what kind of gear you want and what you're planning on hunting. The biggest reason I hunt is meat. Being a resident in Idaho, my elk tag cost me, I think, $35, and my deer tag was like $19. And so, which is nothing. When an elk tag costs me $35 and I get 150 pounds of meat out of it, it's pretty good turnaround. It's like, I don't even know, like 50 cents a pound, not even. The second biggest reason is the experience. You get out there, and I've experienced things that I'm sure many people won't ever experience. I've seen bull elk at 30 yards screaming their heads off, trashing trees because they think I'm another elk and they want to come fight me. And I've experienced things that people will never see. And that's another reason we do our YouTube channel, is just to share those experiences, because some people will never get to experience that.
What are we doing today?
Gonna go kill a buck.
My favorite hunt would probably be my wife's muzzleloader big buck hunt. She was doing a trial hunter program. She didn't have her hunter's education yet, but Utah, they let you do a trial hunter program to where you don't have to have your hunter's education, and you can try hunting basically and see if you like it before you want to do your hunter's ed. So she drew out on a Utah muzzleloader deer hunt. And when we got there, we loaded the muzzleloader. We dumped the powder down the barrel. We put the bullet down the barrel, and while we were shoving the bullet down the barrel, we actually broke the rod in half that you load it with. So we actually had a backup cleaning rod in the truck, just because sometimes you have to clean muzzleloaders often. So I had a cleaning rod in the truck. We were able to shove the bullet the rest of the way down the barrel with the cleaning rod, and then broke the cleaning rod too. And so we basically had one shot, and we started our hike for that hunt, which turned into 6.5 miles into a deep canyon. And we found 7 bucks that were just hanging out together. They were all bedded down in this canyon, and one was really nice. And so we spent the next hour and a half sneaking in on him. We got to 80 yards from the big one, and he was actually standing where his head was behind the tree, and my wife hadn't looked at him yet. We didn't let her look at him through the binoculars because we didn't want her to be nervous. And his head was behind the tree, so she still hadn't seen the antlers, and she shot and dropped him.
Holy sh*, babe. Holy crap. You see that sucker? Look at that. That is why we do it.
Oh my God.
It was a perfect hunt, great deer, and it all worked out, and all we had was one bullet. Some of the times where I've felt closest to God in my life have been up on the mountain. You can't look at an elk or a deer or the beauty in the mountains or the stars at nighttime up in a deep canyon without thinking of God and without feeling close to Him. And that's one of my favorite things about hunting, is just being there, being around things He created and being around nature. And I'd definitely recommend it to everybody if they've never experienced being in a deep canyon, looking at the stars at nighttime, or looking at the mountains, to definitely try it.